Earth's story is one of chaos, destruction, and survival. Born in fire, bombarded by asteroids, frozen in ice, yet life emerged and thrived. From the first microbes to towering dinosaurs and the rise of humans, this is 4.5 billion years of history in 17 minutes. Let's begin. 1. Formation of the solar system. 4.5 billion years ago, around 4.5 billion years ago, in a small corner of the Milky Way, something extraordinary was happening. A massive cloud of gas and interstellar dust, the remnants of long-dead stars, began to collapse under its own gravity. Tiny dust particles collided, stuck together, and gathered more material, forming a gigantic spinning disk. At its center, temperatures skyrocketed, reaching millions of degrees. Then, a monumental event occurred. Hydrogen atoms fused into helium, igniting a newborn star, our sun. But the cosmic spectacle was far from over. Around this newborn sun, leftover gas and rock fragments began clumping together, merging into larger and larger objects. Over millions of years, these fragments collided and fused, forming the first primitive planets. One of them, a small but promising world, kept pulling in more and more material, growing larger and denser. This was Earth, our future home. But at that time, it was anything but hospitable. Instead of blue oceans and green forests, Earth was a scorching hellscape. And then, something catastrophic happened. 2. Early Earth. The newborn Earth was nothing like the planet we know today. It was a violent, chaotic world, covered in molten rock, with toxic gases filling the sky. The ground trembled with constant volcanic eruptions, spewing out methane, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide, a deadly cocktail for any living creature. There were no oceans, no land, just an endless sea of lava, glowing red-hot in the darkness of space. But the nightmare wasn't over. Earth was bombarded relentlessly by asteroids and comets, remnants of the solar system's formation. Each impact shook the planet to its core, carving out massive craters. Then, one day, disaster struck on an unimaginable scale. A celestial body the size of Mars slammed into Earth at tens of thousands of miles per hour. The impact was so intense that it blasted trillions of tons of debris into space. But from this catastrophe came an unexpected gift: the moon. This newly formed satellite would become Earth's constant companion, shaping its tides, climate, and even the evolution of life itself. But before life could emerge, Earth needed one crucial element: water. And that would set the stage for the next chapter in our planet's incredible history. Three. Formation of the oceans. 3.8 billion years ago, after a fiery and chaotic beginning, Earth was finally starting to cool. But it was still a world of extremes. Volcanoes erupted endlessly, and the sky was thick with steam and volcanic gases. There was no oxygen, no breathable air, just a dense, suffocating atmosphere. But something remarkable was about to happen. As Earth's surface temperatures dropped, water vapor in the atmosphere began to condense. At first, it came down as a light mist, but soon, the heavens unleashed an endless downpour. It rained for thousands, perhaps millions of years. Water pooled into massive basins, forming the first primitive oceans. Comets, loaded with frozen water, bombarded Earth, adding even more to its growing seas. By 3.8 billion years ago, our planet had transformed into a vast water world, with oceans covering nearly the entire surface. And where there's water, there's the possibility of life. Deep beneath the waves, in the darkness of hydrothermal vents, something extraordinary was brewing. The first microscopic life forms were about to emerge, setting the stage for a revolution that would change the planet forever. But these tiny organisms would do more than just survive. They would reshape Earth's atmosphere in a way no one could have imagined. Four. Oxygenation. The Great Freeze. 2.4 billion years ago, for hundreds of millions of years, life on Earth remained microscopic, hidden beneath the waves. Primitive bacteria thrived, feeding on minerals and chemicals from deep-sea vents. But then, a new kind of microbe appeared: cyanobacteria. Unlike anything before it, cyanobacteria had a special ability. It could harness sunlight to produce energy through photosynthesis. And in doing so, it released a waste product that had never existed in large amounts: oxygen. At first, the oxygen simply dissolved into the oceans, reacting with iron to create rust-colored deposits on the seafloor. But as cyanobacteria multiplied, oxygen levels skyrocketed, spilling into the atmosphere. This event, known as the Great Oxygenation Event, was both a blessing and a curse. While it made Earth more hospitable for future life, it also triggered the planet's first major climate catastrophe. Oxygen reacted with greenhouse gases like methane, dramatically lowering temperatures. The result: Earth plunged into a deep freeze. glaciers stretched across the planet, covering nearly everything in ice. For millions of years, the world remained locked in a frozen grip, earning its nickname, Snowball Earth. But this extreme period of ice and oxygen would eventually set the stage for the rise of complex life. Five. The rise and fall of supercontinents. 1 billion years ago, 250 million years ago, Earth, ever restless, was on the move. Beneath the oceans and continents, vast slabs of rock tectonic plates slowly drifted, collided, and reshaped the planet's surface. This slow-motion dance of destruction and creation led to something extraordinary: the birth of supercontinents. Over the past billion years, Earth has assembled and broken apart several of these massive landmasses. The first known supercontinent, Rodinia, formed around a billion years ago, uniting most of Earth's land in one vast barren expanse. But supercontinents are not eternal. Over time, Rodinia split apart, giving way to Pannotia, which quickly crumbled, making room for something even greater: Pangaea. Pangaea, formed around 250 million years ago, was a colossal landmass stretching from pole to pole. If you stood on its vast plains, you wouldn't recognize anything: no familiar continents, just endless deserts and strange prehistoric landscapes. But Pangaea's fate was sealed. Deep beneath the surface, Earth's internal heat stirred the tectonic plates once more. Soon, cracks formed, continents drifted apart, and a new world was taking shape. But as the landmasses separated, something even more dramatic was about to unfold: a mass extinction so catastrophic that it would erase nearly all life on Earth. 6. The Great Dying. 250 million years ago, 200 million years ago, the Permian period was coming to an end, and life on Earth was thriving until disaster struck. Around 250 million years ago, something unleashed apocalyptic destruction across the planet. Scientists still debate the exact cause, but the evidence points to massive volcanic eruptions in what is now Siberia. For thousands of years, these supervolcanoes spewed out vast amounts of lava, ash, and, most dangerously, greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide flooded the atmosphere, trapping heat and causing global temperatures to soar. The oceans turned acidic, suffocating marine life. On land, scorching heat and toxic air choked plants and animals alike. The result? The worst mass extinction in Earth's history, known as the Great Dying. Nearly 90% of all species vanished. The world became eerily silent. But extinction paves the way for new beginnings. In the aftermath of devastation, new life forms emerged, creatures that could withstand the harsh new climate. Among them were the first dinosaurs, small and unimposing at first, but destined to dominate the planet. And as Pangaea continued to break apart, these creatures would spread, evolve, and become the undisputed rulers of Earth. Until, of course, their own doomsday arrived. Seven. The reign of dinosaurs. 240 million years ago, 66 million years ago, in the wake of Earth's greatest mass extinction, a new dynasty was rising. Small, fast-moving reptiles that had survived the Great Dying began to evolve, growing larger, stronger, and more diverse. Over the next tens of millions of years, these creatures transformed into towering giants, fearsome predators, and bizarre armored beasts. The age of dinosaurs had begun. By the Jurassic period, Earth was a world dominated by colossal plant-eaters like the Brachiosaurus, which stretched nearly 80 feet long, and ferocious hunters like Allosaurus, a razor-toothed predator ruling the land. As Pangaea continued to break apart, dinosaurs spread across the globe, adapting to jungles, deserts, and even polar regions. Some developed feathers, the earliest ancestors of modern birds. Others, like the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex, became apex predators unlike anything before them. For over 150 million years, dinosaurs reigned supreme. But even the most dominant rulers can fall. Unbeknownst to them, a silent cosmic assassin was hurtling toward Earth. And when it struck, it would trigger one of the most infamous extinction events in history, wiping out nearly every dinosaur and reshaping life forever. Eight. The asteroid that changed everything. 66 million years ago, 66 million years ago, a normal day turned into the last day of the dinosaurs. From deep space, a 6-mile-wide asteroid was racing toward Earth at 45,000 miles per hour. It had been traveling for millions of years, and now, its fateful moment had arrived. When the asteroid struck what is now Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, the impact was beyond comprehension. It hit with the force of a billion nuclear bombs, instantly vaporizing everything for miles. A blinding firestorm tore across the land, igniting forests and sending shockwaves around the world. But the true catastrophe was just beginning. Dust, ash, and debris exploded into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun for years. Temperatures plummeted, plant life withered, and a mass extinction swept the planet. By the time the skies cleared, 3/4 of all species were gone, including every land-dwelling dinosaur. But in the shadows of destruction, small, furry survivors emerged: mammals. These tiny creatures had lived alongside dinosaurs for millions of years, hiding in burrows, scavenging, waiting. Now, with the giants gone, they would rise to dominate the planet. And from their ranks, millions of years later, a new species would emerge, one that would change Earth in ways no creature ever had before. Nine. The rise of mammals and early humans, 65 million years ago - 6 million years ago. With the dinosaurs gone, a new chapter in Earth's history began. The age of mammals had arrived. These small, furry creatures, once forced to scurry in the shadows, now had an open world to conquer. Over millions of years, they adapted and evolved, growing larger, faster, and more intelligent. Some took to the trees, becoming the first primates. Others roamed vast grasslands, while some returned to the oceans, becoming ancestors of modern whales. About 6 million years ago, in the dense forests of Africa, a remarkable change was taking place. Among the primates, a new species began standing upright. These early humans, known as Sahelanthropus, were still primitive, but their ability to walk on two legs gave them an advantage. They could travel longer distances, see over tall grass, and use their hands more freely. They weren't the only human-like species around, but they were on a path to something extraordinary. For now, they were just another creature among many. But their brains were growing, their tools improving, and their curiosity expanding. These changes would set the stage for something Earth had never seen before: the rise of a 10. The birth of civilization, 2 million years ago present. The early humans were not the strongest, nor the fastest, but they had something else: intelligence. 2 million years ago, they began crafting tools, shaping stones into weapons and instruments. A million years later, they unlocked a secret that changed everything: fire. With it, they could cook food, keep warm, and fend off predators. Their brains grew larger, their social bonds strengthened, and they started working together in ways no other species had before. Fast forward to 10,000 years ago, and these once nomadic hunters had become farmers. They tamed plants and animals, built permanent settlements, and laid the foundations for civilization. Villages became cities, and cities became empires. Humanity spread across the planet, creating languages, cultures, and technologies that would shape the world. By the Industrial Revolution, just 250 years ago, human progress had exploded. Machines powered by steam, coal, and electricity transformed life at an unimaginable pace. The population soared from just 1 billion in 1804 to over 8 billion today. But this rapid progress came at a cost. As we altered the planet more than any species before, a new challenge emerged: climate change. Will humanity use its intelligence to adapt, as we always have? Or will our own success be our downfall? The next chapter of Earth's story is unwritten, and its ending is up to us. 11. The age of humans and the changing world, 250 years ago present. For billions of years, Earth's story was shaped by natural forces: colliding continents, mass extinctions, and evolutionary leaps. But in the last 250 years, a single species has rewritten the script: humans. The Industrial Revolution marked a turning point. With steam engines, factories, and railroads, humanity's ability to shape the planet skyrocketed. Cities expanded, technology advanced, and populations exploded. By 1804, there were 1 billion humans. Just over a century later, in 1927, that number doubled. Today, over 8 billion people call Earth home, and our impact is visible everywhere. We've built megacities, reshaped landscapes, and even left footprints on the moon. But progress has come with a price. Fossil fuels have powered our rise, but they've also trapped heat in our atmosphere. Forests that once stretched endlessly have been cut down. Oceans, once teeming with life, are warming and acidifying. Species that roamed the planet for millions of years are disappearing at alarming rates. Scientists warn that we may be on the brink of a sixth mass extinction, one unlike any before, because this time, we are the cause. But is there still time to change course? 12. The future. A planet at a crossroads, present beyond. Earth has survived asteroid impacts, volcanic winters, and ice ages, but its greatest challenge yet may come from within. Right now, temperatures are rising, glaciers are melting, and extreme weather is becoming more frequent. Sea levels creep higher each year, threatening coastal cities that house millions. The balance of life, carefully built over billions of years, is shifting. But the future isn't written in stone. Unlike past extinctions, this time, one species has the power to decide what happens next. Us. Science and technology have given us the tools to reverse the damage: clean energy, reforestation, and innovations in sustainability. The question is, will we act in time? If history has taught us anything, it's that Earth will endure. It has been a fiery wasteland, a frozen snowball, and a world ruled by monsters. It will recover, adapt, and evolve with or without us. The real question is, will humans be part of Earth's next chapter,